17 points of cold damage. Being engulfed inside of this mimic.
I've got cold resistance, so that's
okay. So you can knock that.
Can I half that again? With can I uncanny that again?
No, because this is not an attack.
Okay.
This is just something that's happening to you.
All right. Birdie's gonna shout out, "Wendy, I have a terrible idea."
It sounds more like.
Birdie casts Hunger of Hadar centered on himself. The goal.
Hunger of Hadar deals mostly cold damage, right?
It does cold and acid damage.
And you're going to center it on yourself?
I mean, yeah.
God,
the idea is hopefully I'm trying to get him to spit us up. Oh, that's the idea.
Let's see here. Literally the only place you can cast the spell is right on top of yourself, because that's the only place you've got line of effect to.
Right.
Okay.
And then, like, suddenly a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold.
That happens.
Oh.
Like, on the inside of this mimic. Does it expand the mimic, or what? What happens? I am, like, excited to know what happens
There's
here.
a 20-foot radius of Hunger of Hadar with all its usual effects centered on you, which means now it's all engulfing Adrex and Raazu as well, as the mimic is moving away.
I'm going to kill Birdie.
I still haven't gotten red.
I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him.
You know what? You can't cast Hunger of Hadar.
Huh?
It has a verbal component. You can't breathe.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, you are
kill
spared
Birdie.
Hunger of Hadar.
Thank you, Bertrand.
It also has a material component. You don't have a way to actually reach your components at the moment because you're engulfed in this creature.
Yeah, okay.
I knew there had to be a way to not let this dumb shit happen. I tried really hard. What are you doing instead?
What? So how difficult would it be to get out of this creature?
You're not really sure what out of this creature means because you weren't swallowed in a conventional sense. Like, you weren't put in a creature's mouth and swallowed. You were just pulled into this snowbank. You think if you wriggle enough, you might be able to break free. We're going to call it a DC 15. Either Strength Athletics or Dex Acrobatics. You have disadvantage on this check because it has the adhesive property.
Okay, well, I'll make that check.
Okay.
And that is a 26.
26?
On acrobatic. No, 21 on acrobatics.
Once this pseudopod pulled you into the snow, it feels like it dissolved back into the mass of the creature. And you kind of manage to slither your form and burst your hand up through the snow. And Birdie, you are down here, and you wrap your knuckle against the bottom of this crate. So, Wendy, you must be under the snow about here-ish.
I'm somewhere.
Yeah, you're somewhere. It's all right. So yeah, Birdie, you are no longer grappled by the creature.
Am I still suffocating to death?
No, because you've gotten your head up above the snow.
Okay.
You don't have any speed to use this round because you started your turn with no speed.
Can I bonus action dash? Can I cunning action dash to get up out of the snow?
I'm going to call the first 10 feet difficult terrain because you still have to... You're essentially laying prone.
Right, that's fine.
So, no, you can't. Because if you're prone, that means you have no way to use half your movement to stand up.
I can't use... I mean... My walking speed is 45 feet.
But yeah, you started around with 0 speed, though. You have no way to move. Because you started out restrained. Grappled and restrained. So you've used your action to break up out of the snow, but you're essentially laying prone as you're half buried in the snow.
So I cannot cunning action dash to continue. Okay.
I have to look and see exactly how the dash action is worded, because I'm not sure I've ever been in this precise situation before.
It's tricky.
Boop, 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 boop.
Let's consult the tunnel about this, because I'm now curious.
It says here on the book,
I
when
can
you take the
read-
dash action,
I know what books are. Thank you.
page 192 of the player's handbook.
Your mom is 192.
That's not very nice.
Man,
for
you
her.
got him good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
You
How have I
you
never
roasted
been
me.
in this actual situation before? That's so weird.
Oh, I'm thinking it's a no.
My gut says no.
Well,
My heart says yes.
like the second
Yeah,
paragraph.
the
there's
increase equals your speed, which right now
Right.
is 0.
0.
Ah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, you can dash, but you're dashing with 0 speed, so you're not going anywhere.
Right.
Maybe you can cunning action dodge.
Cunning
No,
action.
you can't do that.
No, you can't cunning action to dodge.
Oh, that's right.
That's thief.
That's monk.
Right.
Yeah, monk can do that. So yeah, no, you have no movement. You can't do anything as far as
Yep.
moving around. So that's going to bring us to. I'm glad I looked up though. That's a weird edge case. It's going to bring us to Adrex.
All right, there's no light,
No light.
but I have advantage on one of the squares,
Yes.
so I'm gonna attack that square.
And if there's a mimic in that square,
He cut that die.
my Famor is snuffed.
yes,
Can I say the command word to reignite it?
with a bonus action, yes.
Or the bonus action? Oh,
Bonus action to flip that switch.
All right, yeah, bonus action then. Flip
And-
that switch on.
You are no longer blind.
All right, neat.
Now you can roll at advantage.
Gonna roll at advantage in the square
Okay.
that I have advantage on.
Kill that square.
That square is a 22.
22 will hit.
22 will hit. 4. Six fire and 9 piercing.
Very good. Okay.
Does it look like I hit the fleshy bits of the snow mimic?
Looks like you stabbed a snowbank.
I stabbed a snowbank.
You have
Alright,
no
sure.
way of knowing whether you've hit it or not.
All right, well, this is fun. I like this. So, second attack.
Same square.
Same square.
Okay.
14 to hit.
14 will hit.
That is 7 fire and 8 piercing.
Okay.
And
Windy.
Yeah.
You very suddenly feel this constrictive force enwrapping your body go completely slack. And for a moment, you feel like you're submerged in this bubble of just hyper cold water as the entire mimic instantly melts out into water. All the snow of it collapses. And there's this weird sloshing as it moves away from you, melting the snow in the area, and then over the course of another minute, refreezing. And you find yourself just laying prone on the ground next to your friends.
Raazu reaches down, helps Wendy up to her feet. Good one, Adrex.
Adrex doesn't say anything, but just has his 2 arms splayed out incredulously. Like, really?
Birdie says, "This is the last time I do anything nice for anybody that's not you guys."
I'm gonna search the Kobold's pockets for loose change.
Yeah, let's award you guys a little bit of loot. These were very low-level villains.
Crap goes in their crate.
18 gold. 5 silver
was the
pieces.
It's the principal thing.
21 copper pieces strewn throughout the various bandits. The crates, it looks like they're either furriers or they make a living waylaying furriers on the road. There are a lot of what look like choice furs in this crates, and then one of the crates wrapped up in the furs, you can see they just have small amounts of coin that I just awarded you that they must have.
Take some of this.
All right,
I say we take some of the nicer ones and then
I have an idea.
trade them to
Look, I have a great idea.
Okay.
We get skis. We make skis out of the lids of the crates. We use harnesses so that Raazu Adrex and Windy can pull the crates, and we bring all of them back to Iron Nails.
Yeah, you guys could construct a sledge.
I have a secondary idea.
Hey,
Cold is just an impact from the environment on your body and can safely be ignored when it's not needed. And as Windy says this, she is taking all of the furs and she's wrapping them around herself with a big piece of rope.
Because she's wet.
Because she has just been completely consumed by an ice mimic.
There's way too many furs to wear all at once, but there's plenty to make yourself very warm and comfortable. Also, maybe a little gross because these furs have not been actually properly treated yet, like the animals that gave them up. These are just essentially animal skins.
I mean, such is life.
Yep. So
yeah,
you're wrapped up in
but
animal skins.
we could
Uh,
drag those to Iron Nails and
Sure.
trade them to her.
All
Let's
right.
So wait, because I used to do this for the monks. What do you think these furs are worth, Raazu?
Hard to tell. I'm not a furrier.
I would say like 10 to 15 gold pieces. I am currently on my person carrying about 20 to 30 that. If you want to drag these crates, you have my welcome.
Gold won't keep you warm, I think, as you might have just noticed.
Oh, I have my furs. I got them.
Yeah.
You were not 30 times warmer in the middle of that snowbank because of your purse.
In any case, if Windy isn't going to drag that, that's fine. We'll just drag two. Just leave the other one out here.
One of the crates is destroyed. One of them was destroyed by one of these pseudopods popping out.
Okay, then. Yeah, we'll just drag the other two then.
I feel like I need to write a book called The Book of Mimics.
Okay, so let's
Do you
take a
need to write
moment.
a book. It could just be a paragraph. Actually, no. It could just be a sentence. Everything is a mimic.
How about Mimics?
Is the
I Have
Book of
Loved?
Mimics itself a mimic?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Like the inside covers are just the teeth and my mouth.
So, Raazu, you're building a sledge to carry these crates?
yes.
Okay. And I mean, it's easy enough. You construct some kind of device to drag across the snow on rope. It's a lot easier than hauling them over land.
Yep.
And making your way back down to
The mines.
mine. Bear with me.
By the
one
way,
second.
Just so while he's doing that, just so everybody knows, on the DM guide, on the DM site, on D&D Beyond, there is in fact a book of there's a mimic book of mimics.
There better be. So the plan is to gift these furs to Fingernails and her peoples.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
Mhm.
Okay.
I will say though, there is no bridge mimic.
You keep
In
finding Windy wrapped in greater and greater numbers of furs.
Eventually, she's just like vaguely located inside this huge bundle of fur, and you just have to roll her along.
Like a Katamari.
But with the snow, it's just going to keep getting bigger like that guy we kicked.
That was a fun random encounter.
Yay.
Coming back to the mine. I mean, Fingernails and her people graciously accept your gift.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they want to know what they're giving you in return for these furs.
Whatever you think they're worth.
Is there anything we actually need?
We just top off our arrows and rations.
Supplies. Yeah.
You guys can take the benefit of a short rest during the rest of the trip, but not a long one. Conditions are too harsh for a long rest outside.
Yeah.
During this time, Raazu will pull them aside and we'll pull Iron Nails aside and say, "This might. Don't be alarmed, but I want you to drink some tea."
I'm
Iron
alarmed.
Nails, just by nature, is very leery of all of the gifts. The furs, the tea. And then she very bluntly asks Raazu what she's playing at.
What?
I like that we can hear Red's cat.
It's in character.
What I'm playing at is just trying to do one good turn for another.
Birdie yells out, "You might have mummy rot," and then he runs.
I'm going to whip him. I hope you don't mind, Iron Nails. I'm going to beat him bloody.
First of all, her nails. Her name is fingernails, not iron nails.
Fingernails. Sorry.
Have you spoken to a doctor recently? Because you might want to get yourself tested for mummy
Make a
rot.
persuasion check, Raazu.
I'm gonna blip that.
Okay.
Because that's only a 7. R, please. Come on. It's a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
She accepts the furs because their objective value has merit. In return, she gives you whatever, just food and provisions. They're only able to pay you in trade, but she will
Fine.
not. She will not have your tea. She is not interested in drinking your curious southern tea that you just very mysteriously come back and told her to drink. Do you guys do anything to molest Gadwinax as you go by?
I don't see a reason to.
Okay.
Drop a big stalactite on him.
Do have a
I mean,
dragon
we could-
slaying arrow.
Would we also have a bomb? Do you think it'd be cooler to kill the dragon?
No!
Evil.
No! God, Birdie!
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, he's not wrong.
Question is,
Birdie, that's a bad idea. I'm with you, though.
it was about almost a 2-day journey from the base of the mines to the top of the House of Torment. During which time you can't take a long rest. Take the benefits of one long rest. No random encounter on the way. And you eventually find yourselves back at the site of the living wall. Everything in the upper part of this dungeon is just how you left it. The golden statue is still kind of pushed off to the side, laying on the ground in front of the now open doors.
Okay, so we set this thing in front of the thing and then blow it?
Yeah, did they say? So it's like fireworks?
I think you just
Yeah.
throw a torch at it.
Sounds good.
All right.
So everybody go ahead and position yourself where you're going to be.
No. Everybody, other room. Remember,
Is there
shrapnel.
an easy way between these bars at this point?
I think Adrex bent those out of the way.
Yeah.
Adrex can
Before.
easily bend the bars.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and squeeze through into here.
Okay. There's no more zombie ellithids inside.
Is this door open?
Which one?
This big door. Can we lift it open?
It's whatever state you want to have it in, because you can choose to open
yeah,
it or
open.
close it.
Okay, so when I light this, how long will I have?
No idea.
That's
All
why I
right.
said throw a torch, Birdie.
So let's roll some initiative. We don't need to roll initiative, actually. Birdie, you've got to step within 5 feet of the wall in order to set this thing down next to it.
Right. And I've done so.
Okay?
But I'm not we haven't touched the wall, so.
Nope.
Oh no.
Did you ignite it?
Floor
Not
mimic.
yet. Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay, you guys do need to roll initiative and place yourself on the order. To know what order you guys get to act in. My wall can just act whenever you hit it, so.
Well, I don't get to move.
Okay.
Oh, my wall connect whenever I hit.
So right now we're on Birdie's turn. And what you've done is just stepped up and wrestled
Birdie.
this keg onto the floor.
Why don't you use your action to dodge before you walk over there?
Mm. Okay.
And then you can't use an action to light it.
I mean, we can wait.
Okay, are you just
We can wait around.
waiting there?
Yep.
Can't, but then you can't use your action to light it again.
Well-
Without dodging again.
Hold on.
Just get
Let's
back
just-
here. I'll throw the torch.
Yeah. So I'll just set it down here, right here where it's at,
Okay.
and
And what?
do that. Oh, I thought that was being attacked.
No?
Okay. 20. So what is the best way to? Somebody give me a torch.
Raazu has one lit and hands it out through the bars.
It's going to be an action to fling this torch. You've already used
Right.
an action to dodge.
Okay, well I'll just stand here and wait.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
I guess not.
All right, Birdie, it does come back to you then.
All right, I'm going to just very gently throw this on top of the explosive.
Okay. The wall's going to retaliate. I have a 16 to hit you.
No,
I have a 12 to hit you.
no,
And a 5 to hit you.
no.
It's 2 arrows, and the firebolt comes zinging out. But the strange angle makes it very easy to duck underneath. The firebolt explodes on the far wall harmlessly.
Cunning action dash and let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I can get about here.
Okay. Birdie, roll me some percentile dice.
All right. So that is 71.
Okay. So you just flung the torch and ran. It's going to bring us to Windy. So far, you just heard the explosion of the firebolt against the far wall. You've heard the clatter of the torch. And then the very common sound of Birdie fleeing the battlefield up the stairs
Yeah,
and out the door.
I'll give it like a 30-second wait to see if the thing's going to explode.
Okay. Adrex, doing anything?
Nope.
Raazu?
Raazu's going to lean out,
Okay.
assess the situation.
You see the torch is laying on the ground next to the cask. The fuse is not lit. But if this torch lays here long enough, you're pretty sure the barrel will eventually catch fire. Is this say
Dodge.
McLean's Legacy Dragon Powder? Like, is it the brand of black powder it is?
Yes, I'm going to dodge.
Dodge?
Okay, so that was 10, 15, 20, 25. Scoop up the torch
Okay.
and actually light the wick.
Actually, like, hold it out to the wick?
Yeah.
Oh, McDohl gonna kill you again.
Well, that's gonna trigger some attacks.
There aren't going to be enough pieces to bring her back this time.
I have a 12 to hit.
Nope.
Here
I
lies
have a
Raazu.
19 to hit.
Nope.
She had no one to blame but herself.
I have a 6 and a 5.
Nope, nope.
As the spear and a couple of arrows and the firebolt come zinging out. And now you've lit the wick, and the wick is now burning. And it's burning
And
pretty
now I-
rapidly because it's not enveloped inside of candle wax like it typically would be.
Okay, so dash from here.
You can't dash because you dodged.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's all my movement will get me. Raazu
All
throws
right.
herself up against a wall.
The god was Ostrom, right? Pray to Osprey time.
You realize Raazu, she had no one to blame but herself. She played
Raazu.
Birdie anyway.
It's got a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, it wasn't even one of the rogues.
Blip.
Pay for the 20.
18.
18. That's not bad.
Yep. Burned 4 blips today.
I gotta add up a shitload of damage.
Brett, I'm blind. Did she just go out there?
Yes. Yes, she did.
$74 points of fire damage, which you can cut in half for passing the
Let me
save.
get calc.exe.
Hope you're not on a Mac.
Nope.
37.
No
Thank you.
piercing?
36.
Boy, they didn't follow the instructions at all, did they?
I mean, you hear the clatter of shrapnel, it's just... the blast is what deals the damage. But yeah, Raazu, much sooner than you were expecting. The wick burns down, and there's a loud explosion behind you, throwing you to the ground. You're knocked prone. And chunks of mortar and blood and flesh splatter out in all directions. And that's going to trigger more attacks. Now you're laying prone, so these are all going to be at disadvantage.
Oh, good. They were at disadvantage anyway from the dodge.
Oh, that's true. That 2's not going to hit anything. That 2's not going to hit anything.
Nah.
And a 23.
That'll hit.
The 2 arrows sing out, but don't contact anything. Firebolts. 10 points of fire damage. Feels like just a minor sizzle after the grand explosion. But a huge chunk of this wall has been completely blown away, exposing a lot of fleshy innards.
Love fleshy.
There's a huge scorch mark on the ground. That's going to bring us to Red's turn.
So I didn't get my initial initiative, but on my initial initiative for retrospect, I applied the a sickening radiance dose to my Kraken Priest dagger.
Yeah, that's fine.
So is there still wall left if I move to here?
There is, but instead of looking at a blasted portion of brick and stone, first of all, there's a couple spots where they've been blown completely through, and you can just see into the darkness of the room beyond. Doesn't seem to be occupied. There's nothing in there moving about. Just some debris, some rusted metal, another cracked bed. But the inside of the wall seems to be made of flesh and bone, twisting and turning around each other.
Bonus action to feint the wall.
Okay.
Kraken Priest dagger. Hit an armor class of 23.
That'll hit.
And I need a DC... 1 second here. Down 1 sickening radiance. DC 15 con.
Passes.
Okay. Right.
Give me your bonus action to hit.
And then the... Yep. 42 piercing damage.
42. And with that stab, when you pull the dagger back, I mean, don't worry, it's going to attack you a bunch of times. You pull the dagger back, a great amount of this fleshy mass kind of sloughs and falls into this putrid slurry on the floor around you. It's reminiscent of hitting the inside of a mortared wall with a pickaxe and watching the debris and dust all fall down afterwards. I'm going to roll 6 dice against you.
Yep.
That's a lot of dice.
I have a 22.
That hits.
I have a 13.
Miss.
I have an 18.
Miss. Sorry, that's a hit.
The 18's a hit?
Yeah.
Another 13,
Nope.
a 17,
Yeah, that's my AC.
and 11.
No.
All right, the longsword deals 11 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
The spear, 5 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the arrows, 3 points of piercing damage. The firebolt
go ahead
however,
and-
goes wide.
Uncanny longsword.
Okay.
That's pretty much everything I had.
Can you give me a bonus action?
No, I had to feint the wall.
8.
Because nobody was standing
boo.
next to it.
Boo.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Plus, it's going to take you all turn to stand up and walk over.
You're ending your turn there?
Yeah, I'm out of movement and actions.
All right, Wendy, you're up.
All right. I'm going to step out. I'm going to apply my bonus to my bow, and I'm going to take a couple sharpshooter shots blindly at the wall.
Blindly at the wall.
Uh-huh. Luckily, it's a wall, so
You aim
I
at the
feel
wall,
pretty good about my chances.
but you actually hit the ice mimic.
Oh, no. Damn it. That's a 13 to hit?
13 will hit.
4. $22 magical piercing.
Okay, where are you standing?
Exactly where I'm currently standing.
Okay.
Are you attacking me?
Not until you've taken all your attacks.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to take a second attack. That's a 25 to hit
Also hits.
for 24 magical piercing.
Okay. Is that what you've got from back there?
That's all I got.
Okay. And you are blind, so I get to roll 6 hits at advantage. We'll do 3 then 3. I got a crit. I got another crit. And I got a 17.
Alright. The 17 doesn't hit.
17 does not hit. Critical hit fire bolts. For 31 fire damage.
Okay.
And the critical hit arrow. For 8 piercing damage.
Alright, I'm going to catch it.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw it back with sharpshooter.
You can catch it, but you can't throw it back, because this is the magical wall arrow. As soon as you try to snap it out of the air.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember now.
Now it gets to retaliate for your second shot at it. No crits. I have a 24.
Yep.
I have an 8.
Uh-huh.
And I have
That
another,
doesn't hit.
another 8.
Nope.
Second firebolt. 10 points of fire damage. It comes launching out of the wall.
Whatever. Call me when it's a freaking furnace.
Moving or staying put?
I'm good here.
Adrex.
That's me.
Is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's help Raazu up.
And you pick Raazu up to her feet?
Yep.
Okay. And she's all scorched and... Still looks like she's got some fight in her, though.
Yep.
I'm good.
That's it?
That's all I'm gonna do. Yeah, I know.
That's going to bring us to Raazu.
Close over here. And swing at it a couple times with the whip.
Okay.
Get it.
It's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah, 25. Let's put Paladin stank on that.
As a reminder, it's basically these squares, right?
Yeah, where you see the actual bars
Yeah.
is just the very edge. So Raazu's standing 10 feet back from the wall, but she's got a 10-foot reach.
4th
Right.
level. And this is undead, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I get another d8 on top of that.
I mean, that's just gilding the lily, I feel.
Yeah, I feel like that extra D8 at that point is excessive.
How would any self-respecting rogue ever say that?
They're not 6s.
That's 7 slashing and a butt for thunder damage. Or no, I'm sorry. 7 slashing, 23 thunder. I need a d6 for cold. 34 damage all told.
Raazu, you step up and lash out at the gaping wound that the explosion put in the wall. And when you do, the whole wall crumbles into this terrible pile of mortar and dust, chipped bone and blood. 6 more or less intact corpses litter the ground. And the most putrid stench you've ever smelt in your life permeates the air as the flesh of this wall sloughs downward, gives way, and splatters around on the ground. It's like a slaughterhouse had been laying fallow all summer long.
Raazu sighs, shouts out up toward where Birdie is run off to. Cleaned up your mess for you, Birdie!
I shoot all 6 corpses.
Birdie, you look back into this room, and that's absolutely not true. You've never seen a mess like this in your life. If this is what Raazu thinks cleaning is...
Raazu just walks up to the bars, and again starts...
No bars, just it opens up into the opposite.
Red's gonna walk over and whisper to Birdie the mess of not being terribly singed by explosives.
Wendy, you put an arrow in these bodies, and most of them have almost completely skeletonized, and there's no retaliation.
Here's the thing,
Listen,
though.
no one can judge me for this.
No.
No, absolutely not. But I can judge Birdie for
doing what?
You could have just waited! Why did you go out there?
You could have died! Again!
There wouldn't be... Look at this thing. There wouldn't be enough pieces to bring you back no matter what Osprey wants if
But
that
I
had happened.
guess it's better that we get this talk out of the way now. If you do die again, are we supposed to dump you in the ocean?
Raazu just points to Birdie.
Will that bring you back? I don't know how this works.
You could have become part of that wall! That's how this works!
That's
What's
actually
in this room?
literally not-
Raazu is ignoring the fuck out of all of these people.
Raazu, looking into the room. It's another one of these cells. Laying inside the room, pushed over onto the ground, you do see the remaining debris of where these metal bars once stood. But they've all been knocked inward, and now they're basically just piles of rust sitting amidst the horrible flesh slurry of the undead wall.
Mm-hmm.
In the back, in the far corner, is a small skeleton, maybe about Birdie's size, covered in rags. And in its arms, well, one of its arms is toppled off to the floor and come disconnected from its body, but its other arm is kind of wrapped around this ragged bundle.
Raazu steps within 10 feet of the thing.
Is it a branch? Raazu, don't
Are
snap
you
it if it's
ready?
a branch.
Are you ready to deal with this?
It's probably a branch. Don't break it.
I'm not going to break it. I'm looking at the humanoid shaped pile of rags, right?
Yeah.
Step within 10 feet of it and crack my whip at it.
And when you do, I mean, the bones just splinter and clatter to the ground. And this bundled rag falls to the ground with a soft thud.
You got it.
Thank Osprey. Raazu
That's
goes
fair.
and
No
picks
one
up
can
the
judge
bundle.
you for that, Raazu.
Raazu goes and picks up the bundle. Opens the
Birdie in the background yells, "You know what we can judge you for? Getting blown up."
Inside the
fuck
bundle,
off.
looking in, you do indeed see the third branch. It has this very strong, earthy odor.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the bottom half of the branch actually looks more like roots buried in the earth than an actual branch. But it is a who's got a light source?
Adrex.
In the glint of Adrex's Famor, you see that the branch is colored gold. And in the sprouts and roots that are coming off the bottom of it have a silver hue.
Raazu picks up the branch, turns on her heel, starts walking out.
Sure, it's
Says
not
nothing to
blown
everyone.
back or blown out. I don't think she left the.
It just occurs to me that we probably could have planted these instead of getting.
Do you want to try the ritual here, Birdie?
Did we actually learn the ritual already? I thought he
No,
wasn't
not
going to
yet.
teach it to. Yeah.
She didn't really move, so maybe she just got blown.
I feel like that would be ambiguous.
All right.
We can just say that she was practicing for when we have to fight a red dragon.
You think you're gonna have to do that?
I mean, probably.
It's inevitable, really. Oh, by the way, 40 points of pull to ceiling.
The good news is nobody's got mummy rot. So we're gonna go ahead and end the session there. And the next session, we're going to try to kill Gadwinax.
No.
Hell
You really
yeah!
want us- you really want us to try and do that, don't you?
All right, I'm gonna go dark for a few minutes and calculate a bunch of XP that we got this session. And I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's
set
like
up
Yasmats. Maybe the damage I did last time is still there.
the damage you did to the living wall last time was still there. That thing regenerated completely. All right, I'm gonna go dark for 2 minutes while I do some math. I'll be right back.
Who's the most creative today?
Yeah.
Who came up with the explodey powder idea?
Is Birdie.
Yeah, it's Birdie.
Yeah.
Boom, there we go. Who furthered the party's goals today?
What? You have to tell us.
Like,
Raazu for igniting the cask of powder.
No. Absolutely not.
no.
Hard veto.
I
Hard
tried, McDohl. I tried.
I'm going to say red for willing to argue with the rest of the party about basically everything the dragon was saying.
I don't
Alright,
follow.
who was a badass today? Raazu no-sold that explosion.
No, absolutely not.
Fuck you guys. Seriously. I'm just so unhappy.
Oh, no.
I'm so very unhappy right now.
I'll give you badass for whipping the wall. You get nothing for standing in front of an explosion needlessly.
Well, I was actually going to give her intangibles for standing in front of this
That's
word.
what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Alright,
that was my
that was a-
plan.
That was a very tangible explosion, but I'm okay with her getting both.
No badass for whipping the wall. What did I feel like that Adrex did something really badass, but I don't remember what it was.
He wasted his
Ran down the guy and missed 4 times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
and then
Down for
missed
that.
a million times, and then immediately was just like, no, fuck it.
and then didn't have the action.
I was
surge.
gonna say no scope the Erd,
And then
but
still got the kill.
Yeah,
on the-
actually, the bird was
on the
good,
mimic
though.
Anyway,
The
Yeah,
Erd
getting the Erd was real good.
360 no scope.
I'm happy with these choices.
Okay then. Alright, personal blips. Reflect upon yourselves.
I wrote mine down during the session, so.
Good work. I'm proud of you.
one of these days I'm gonna do that. I'm proud of myself. Oh, I'm so close to a full contingent.
All right. I had a text message waiting for my dear lady wife that says if the dishes aren't done by the time she gets home, I'm sleeping on the roof. So we're going to have to go through this pretty quick. Let me go ahead and All right, who wants to run through their blips super fast? Like,
I've got mine.
Red, go.
Alignment. Neutral good. Survival requires the greatest good for the greatest number for his discussions with the dragon about the long-term effects of their actions.
I did notice you used that literal exact phrasing in the conversation with Brinier.
Good.
I've got my ideal. Cold hard logic will not suffer to argue with those motivated something as fleeting as emotion for his discussions about how we should be dealing with this lich. Just, make sure she has something that she's incentivized to do and make her do it. Don't worry about trying to appeal to good or evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have his bond. I will keep peace and prosperity among those in our lands, even when it means doing things that my companions or I personally find distasteful, for his defense of murder as defensible action, even when it's evil.
Okay. And who else?
I'll go. My alignment. I'm willing to help, but I want something in return for going up to the. What I thought was an injured bear man. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to ask anything because he tried to kill us and then got us eaten by a snow mimic. But that was the intent. My ideal, the accumulation of magical knowledge, is something that makes me most useful to my tribe. For actually, scratch that one because I forgot. I just blanked out totally what I was going to say.
Okay.
Bonds, focus on the little things, make sure the tribe stronger any way I can. For asking for a way to deal with the evil flesh wall with a minimum chance of putting us in danger. Raazu aside, and Flaw thinks setting a trap is a great idea for opting for a shrapnel bomb to put in front of the wall to blow it up, because that sounded like a really good idea to me.
Okay,
And
I'm willing to award a blip for one of those things, but those last two things sound like the same thing to me.
All right. Either or's fine.
Okay. Who's
And
next?
then that'll do it.
I'll go.
Wendy, go.
All right, I've got monastic tradition redirection. Use the force that already exists to create your desired outcome. For when the dragon asked Wendy if he's like, what should I be doing? Like, you want me to go out and act there? When he said, absolutely, you're going to listen to us? We'll send you out there right now.
You've
I've
been
got
drafted, son.
I've got good is working for the benefit of something other than yourself. For her disagreement with Red, that murder is an inherently evil act. If you're murdering for the benefit of someone else, then it's fine. I've got ideals. Learning new things is never wasted. For the thing that she asked the dragon for is, hey, what are you going to do with your library? And bonds, our place in the world is to take apart what isn't working and make something that is. For when the dragon used his wave metaphor for like the cataclysm happening, Wendy asked, okay, so what do we do in order to shape it?
Okay. And who's next, Raazu or Adrex?
Adrex.
Adrex, go.
Alignment belief. It is very important to be good at all times and resist evil, because evil sucks. We're arguing against Red and the concept of all murder is evil, inherently evil, when there's very much a tangible good that can be had of it. And it is important to recognize that it is good.
I like how everybody's kind of taking their own route to justifying bringing this very evil lich back into the world because we think we can do some good with her.
Oh wait, I got more.
Okay.
Aspect, signature style, energetic, giving 100% all times. For blowing his action surge, making sure that he got rid of that guy.
I was
running away.
Subtly kind of try to guide that combat to make sure that Raazu didn't use a bunch of her paladin stank on the bandits. So it did tickle me a lot when Adrex blew his action surge on that bandit who had 4 hit points left. Also, we had this discussion briefly in Discord this week about how first edition, I think second too, had bonus experience for classes. Like thieves get extra experience for the gold they get, and fighters get extra experience if they hit critical hits. That's kind of what this class aspect from Xanathar's is, honestly. What else you got?
Ideals. It is my responsibility to bring out the good in people. for firmly believing and advocating that Adrex can make this lich behave good. He is convinced that he can do it.
Okay.
Bonds, my cool friends and I are working to make the world a better place. It has fallen to me to try and protect them, oh dear, for immediately shouting that it's a trap once he realized that, and going after the guy, once realizing that the guy wasn't injured. And Flaws, that sounds like a great idea. Hey, here is my dead son's bow. You should totally use this, even though I am a direct dragon rival to your father. Yep, I'm gonna do that.
Absolutely.
That is a full house from Adrex, and that never happened.
Raazu, what do you got?
I got her aspect. When my anger is roused, I'll have trouble thinking straight and I fear I'll do something I might regret. For after the explosion happened, just ignoring the fuck out of the rest of the party. Not commenting on anything that they said.
Like,
she is not happy.
So, the way Birdie threw that torch, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it like a percentage chance every character's turn, like a small chance to see if this barrel ignites. The torch wasn't in any danger of going out, because it's a torch. But
yeah,
you guys might have been waiting a long time. What else you got?
I've got her alignment. Good and evil are subjective distinctions. What matters is keeping to your own ethics for attempting to give fingernails in her entourage some of that preventive medicine.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if they have mummy rot, but if they do, it's our fault and it's up to us to fix that.
Yeah, probably.
Got Raazu's ideals. Work hard, play harder. I earn my leisure time, and by Osprey, I use it to my fullest. Raazu sees her duty to shape the coming cataclysm as part of her duty to guard the oceans.
Okay.
Got her bond. A sword arm is only the beginning of a greater world, but it is a necessary first step. Because when Adrex hit the goading attack on the ice mimic, Raazu repositioned herself, foregoing her own attack to get into position where, if the ice mimic attacked Adrex, she would get her sentinel hit, and I was going to burn my level 4 paladin slot on that.
Alright, anything else?
And then I got my flaw. I take any advantage that I can to delay my allies, regardless of the consequences, for fixing Birdie's mistake.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, I was going to blow up whoever lit that fuse. That was going to happen.
We know.
I know.
We know.
Like, what I'm curious as to how you would do it when Birdie ran halfway around the world after after dropping the torch.
Coal sheet.
I probably would have let him roll the deck save at advantage. So we give one blip to the most creative solution to a problem this session.
We give it to Birdie for asking for the gunpowder.
For the keg.
Okay. We
For
give
the
one
McLean brand.
who furthered the party's goals the most.
We gave it to Red mostly for disagreeing with the rest of the party when it came to talking with the dragon.
We give one for the badass.
We gave that to Adrex for his sick no-scope of a flying bird.
That's pretty good. And one for intangibles.
We gave that to Raazu for blowing her dumbass up with a big old gunpowder.
That was also pretty good. And Raazu takes our straw poll this week. I mean,
good.
As you do.
I mean, thank you, chat. You're too kind.
And our highest level is what, 14 right now?
Yeah.
Alright, so blips are worth 833. Raazu, I got 1, 2, 3, 7 blips total.
Okay.
Wait a minute, let me double count that. Yeah, 7 total. Wendy, I've got 4.
Alright.
Adrex, 6.
I forgot to ask for the video.
Okay, Birdie, you get 4, including the video, and Red, 4. And let's give you guys some experience. For the living wall, it's actually a dune mimic. It's a giant sand dune, but you guys weren't in the desert, so. A dune mimic, an Erd, and 4 bandits. Everybody is taking 3,835 experience.
And then bandits worth a lot.
No, the bandits were worth.
No, the
yeah.
bandits were worth nothing. It was the Dune Mimic.
So the Doom Mimic's on my random encounter table for this area, but like you guys are carrying this keg of powder. I'm like, I've got to have somebody try to steal that keg of powder. That was just perfect. So these guys.
Sorry, we followed the regulations for hazardous material handling. That wasn't going to happen.
Excellent. All right, so we're not playing Flumph next Sunday because 2 of you guys are going to be traveling. I wish you safe travels, happy journey. So we'll find something else to do on Saturday at this channel.
Sunday, you mean?
Sunday, yes, I do mean Sunday. I'm sorry, did I say Saturday?
You did say Saturday.
But then we will reconvene the following Sunday, which is the 16th. And probably start what will be the last major dungeon of the campaign. Thanks for playing, guys. See everybody next time.
Word.
See ya.
Later.